Hello again, everybody. Peter Melton here, Nature Bats Last with Dr. Guy McPherson. And in this video segment, we're going to talk about where does this leave us? We've watched these videos, we've explored the science, we've begun to feel into, oh my God, humanity as we know it is about to undergo a massive transformation. The climate is changing in ways that are very unpredictable and not good news for humans and any other species. So armed with that knowledge, and assuming you've watched enough videos to find yourself in this place, we'll have this video to say, what next? What comes up in my humanity as I dare to look at all of this? What comes up for you?
Well, what comes up for me is gratitude and liberation. I've said it a number of times in different ways. But it's so amazing to be here, to the astronomical odds against any one of us appearing in physical form ensure that it's truly miraculous that any of us should be here at any time in history. And we're here now, at the most amazing time in human history. So gratitude comes up for me, grateful to have lived, grateful that I get to die.
Right.
Because that means that I get to live.
And we've all known we're going to die since we were young kids, but we push that aside. We're a grief-denying, death-denying culture, and we've put away the possibilities and the power that those things hold in our lives.
That's right. They give us urgency. Once we accept that we're going to die, that our lives are short, maybe we'll start living differently. Maybe instead of going to the crappy job in the crappy car to make the money so we can buy the crappy food and the crappy gas so we can keep going to the crappy job and so on. Maybe if we put all that aside, maybe we'll live differently in light of the fact that our time on this planet is short. And I don't care if you live to be 120, your time is still short. You're going to remember a few moments. The other thing it does for me is it gives me liberation. If my time is short, why should I not do what I love? Why should I not pursue excellence, however I define that? Why should I not express my love to those around me and to the living planet, again, for which I'm so grateful? So we have liberation, we have gratitude, we have love. What else do we need?
So we put on these events, we do these talks, we deal with people every day here, and watch them, feel them, witness with them the process that folks are going through of, wow, listen to this, and no way, that can't be true, and it can't happen that fast, and the planet will take care of us somehow, or somebody's got some technical fix, or there'll be a miracle, or any number of reactions that are very natural for humans to say, wait, this can't be true.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, we're driven by evolution through natural selection. And that drive takes us right to flight or fight, so we try to survive. That drive takes us right to procreating, to continue our species, in the hope, the wish, built into us that our species will continue into the indefinite future. We're driven to collect material possessions, because at some point in the distant past, somebody went out of the cave with a rock in their hand, and a saber-toothed cat comes up, and the rock hits a saber-toothed cat, and the guy says, ooh, Ugg needs more rocks. This one's working great. And so those three outcomes of our evolutionary background, the flight or fight, the survival in the short term, the procreation, the acquisition of material possessions, those three combine to take us to the brink. And guess what? We're at the brink. So what remains when we're at the brink? What do we come to accept, and how do we feel, and how do we act when we're at the end? If we're in a movie and everybody else left halfway through and we're there at the end, what does that mean? Where does that take us? And for me, it takes me to gratitude, love, liberation.
Right. So folks will say,
pursuing a life of excellence.
Right. Well, what now? What now? What now? And after the fixes get pushed aside a little bit, or we get into the heart space of it, it comes to this. It says, well, who are you? And the analogy that I love to use is the Titanic. So you're on this beautiful cruise ship Earth, we're having this wonderful time, and then the captain comes on, excuse me, we have a problem, we're about to hit an iceberg. Not sure how long we have, dinner will not be served, there is a band in the lounge, good night. Right? And boom, where are we? Who am I in that moment? To go, whoa, wait a minute, I was on vacation. This was supposed to be great. Life was going to go on like this. What? Right, and so it takes us to that place of who am I? How am I going to respond? Am I going to go find lifeboats? Am I going to go try to kill the captain? Am I going to find my loved one and stay in their arms as the time goes by? Who are we at that time is what's being called forth now. How does humanity move through me in this time and this day? And there's no unacceptable response. You know, everything is possible.
Right. And again, I think getting at the roots of our humanity, what does it mean to be a human being, not a human doing, trapped by this culture? I think that's what's legitimate to pursue.
Right, and that's different for everyone, is the big message that what do I do is turned right back onto you. Unfortunately, we don't have a magic answer. I can't tell you to screw light bulbs in and we'll all be fine.
Right.
It's what are you? Who are you at this time? How does humanity, how does your blessed life move through you? Are you going to go save butterflies? Are you going to work with children in some other country? What are you moved to do?
Right. And what I'm moved to do is ask questions about this culture. That doesn't work for everybody. It worked for Socrates for 70 years or so, and then they killed him for it.
Yeah.
I should be so lucky.
So love remains. We get down to the core of who am I, and we come to realize from a deep physical place, also a deep emotional place, and for most people, a deep spiritual place of what does this mean with me and my Creator? What does this mean with me and my loved ones? What does this mean with me and strangers? Who am I now? And how does this love, this humanity, this magic of life move through me at this precious time?
And who do I love? How do I love? What do I love? How do I move forward as a human at this point in history?
Yeah, so that's the wisdom we have to share from meeting with people over and over again and seeing the process they go through and where they end up. Because folks, they take a ride. They take a ride through denial and they end up in confusion and solutions. And then it ends up right back to here is, who are you and how do you want to be you in this moment?
Right. Knowing that life is short.
Knowing that life is short.
Which we've known since we were 11.
And that nature bats last.
Yes, always.
Always.